Hey guys, I want to talk to you a little bit more today about some of this cold approach stuff. This is in response to a good question that I got asked a couple weeks back on one of the posts that I made from a user that was just curious about my take on how many cold approaches they should try to make in the course of a day in the beginning, maybe when you're trying to get good at this stuff, trying to get better. So it got me thinking a little bit, and I was able to pull out what I think to be kind of an important piece here, and this is the part that I wanted to share with you guys, is that there's a lot of other people out there that are going to say something to you like, well, just talk to like anybody and everything that you possibly can in the course of your day, and like anything that moves and walks, like try to talk to them, and you're gonna get good at this cold approach stuff, and you're gonna get good at talking to people. And yeah, maybe there's an extent to that, but I'm willing to bet that anybody listening to this, like you know how to hold a conversation. You know how to talk to somebody that doesn't really excite you. You know how to interact with most people that you encounter in the world. So in my opinion, just by virtue of the fact that you go up and talk to like a woman, okay, that's only going to take you so far, right? And maybe there's something to be said for, yeah, if you can go up and break the ice with a stranger who's a woman that you're not attracted to, it just kind of helps you. It helps you a little bit in that regard. But the real important thing here, and what you guys are trying to work up to, and what my suggestion to you is, rather than being out there every day when you're out in the world trying to talk to 100 different people just every waking second and every waking moment, the thing that's going to make you better is actually this, and this is my suggestion to you. Shoot for one approach a day. That's all you've got to do. Just make one approach. But here's the thing, guys. Make it a damn good one. And what I mean by that, and to elaborate a little bit more here, and what the real thing that's going to really develop you and really grow this sort of ability for you to be able to do this is making the approach when it's quote unquote hard, or when it's quote unquote challenging, or in those situations where you start to, right off the bat, you kind of have these self-doubts like, geez, I don't know if, I'm her type of guy, or I don't know if she's going to be into me, or I don't know any number of things. It's that woman that you see that really gets those butterflies going in your stomach. And I know every single one of you guys out there knows what I'm talking about. When you're in that situation, you spot somebody who you find extremely attractive, you get that moment of fear, or that rush, or those butterflies, or that excitement, or that little tinge of self-doubt. For whatever reason, that's a human thing. It's a normal thing. Every single man on this earth goes through that sort of thing. But here's where the development comes, guys. It's learning to override those thoughts and still jump in there and make something happen and go for it. And whether or not it works out in your favor or not, the fact that you're putting yourself into that very challenging situation when you're able to, as opposed to the times when you're inserting into those non-challenging situations, i.e. you're talking to just the any girl who's not attractive to you, who's like way older than you, who's any number of things that's like, it's just not something you're interested in at all. Just doing that for practice is not going to develop you as much as what I'm describing here. Just focus on doing one per day, but make it a good one, make it a challenging one. That stuff right there is going to grow you much more quickly and get you probably closer to the types of girls that you're after, the type of situations like you're actually going to want to be in. And there's another thing. I mean, how many times have you guys gone out there and maybe you've done a little bit of this stuff, and you talk to those 10 girls in the course of your day, and 9 out of 10 of them you didn't really have any attraction to, but 5 of those girls are the ones that end up getting back to you and being the ones that want to hang out to you. But at the end of the day, if you're not really interested in them at all, you're wasting their time, you're wasting your time. And at the end of the day, you're probably not really going to be happy with that. And it's not likely going to lead to a fulfilling sort of relationship with anybody in this world. So in my opinion, it's like, up to a certain point, if you feel like you need that to practice, like great, fine. I'm not going to say don't do that, but when you get to this point where you're really trying to step to the next rung, you're really trying to improve yourself, it's more of, like I said, what's this going to do this for you is going after the hard ones, the ones that you kind of quote unquote perceive to be out of your league, let's say, those thoughts and feelings. And by the way, nobody's out of your league. That's in your brain. You're telling you that. That's not the reality of the world. You have to believe in that sort of fashion, but try to keep this in the back of your mind, guys. Try to, don't be out there every day when you're walking the earth, like forcing yourself to talk to anybody and everybody. Just think to yourself, hey, I'm just going to do one today. It's going to be the best one that I find today. It's going to be the most attractive woman that I cross paths with today, or the most, whatever it is that draws you into somebody. It's going to be that. And just try to do one. That's all you've got to do. This will make you better, guys. When you challenge yourself in this regard, this is really what's going to grow you, okay? All right, guys. Hope you're having a wonderful day. We'll talk to you soon.